We live surrounded by light. Screens glowing in the dark, messages pulsing, signals everywhere. But inside, questions rise, and the spirit flickers between hope and uncertainty. Society sends mixed messages about meaning, about purpose.
Into that confusion, God does not send more noise. He sends a voice.
A voice cries out in the wilderness, "Prepare the way of the Lord."
And this is why today matters. The Church celebrates the birth of John the Baptist, June 24th. Most saints are remembered at their death when their life is fulfilled in God. But John is different because his mission is not only at the end of his life, it is woven into his very beginning.
We first encountered John, not as a preacher, but in the hidden silence of the womb.
When Elizabeth heard the greeting of Mary, the child leaped in her womb.
As St. Augustine says, the infant John leaped for joy. Though he could not yet speak, he already confessed the Lord.
From the womb, John recognizes Christ.
And his feast is not placed randomly in time. It falls just after the summer solstice, when the light of the sun has reached its zenith, its highest point in the year. From here, the days begin to shorten. The light begins to decrease. This is not coincidence. This is theology written into creation. Because John himself will later say, "He must increase, I must decrease."
And then Christ, born in the depth of winter, when darkness is longest. And from that moment, light grows.
So time itself proclaims the gospel. John is the voice of waiting.
Christ is the fulfillment.
John prepares.
Christ saves.
John points to the way.
Christ is the destination. Here is your call to action. This feast is not about the past. It's about your life now. John's words are for you. He must increase. I must decrease. What does that look like? When your life is filled with noise, constant scrolling, constant input, let that decrease and choose a few minutes of real silence with God.
When your worth feels tied to what others think, their approval, their reactions, let that decrease. And remember, your identity comes from being known and loved by God.
When you feel the need to control everything, to succeed, to prove yourself, let that decrease and trust that God is already at work.
This is what John shows us. Not a dramatic change all at once, but a steady clearing of the heart.
Because increase in Christ is not abstract. It means,
let His truth have more authority than your feelings.
Let His presence have more space than your distractions.
Let His voice be louder than every competing voice.
He must increase, and when He does, you will not become less. You will finally become whole.